Hi guys, it's Mr. Turkelson. I'm looking at the third Lectio here, which was what is due tomorrow. So I wanted to at least go through about 20 lines of this to make sure that you're on the right track. So this might take about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes here, but the aim is to help you. So it starts here at the Roman numeral 3. Julius says, where does Aemilius live? Let's not forget that Aemilius is the brother of Aemilia, who's the soldier. Julius says, Aemilius lives in a camp. Now, the weird thing about the word castra, it is a neuter plural noun. So it's essentially, a neuter plural. But it's a singular thing. So that's the confusing thing about it. But it looks like we're saying Aemilius lives in the camps, but castra is a plural for a singular. It happens in Latin sometimes. So Aemilius lives in the camp 1,000 paces from the border of the empire. So Germany, or Germania, is kind of like near the limits or the border of the Roman Empire. So finis, third declension, means border or boundary. And then this looks like the camps are a town of soldiers, but the camp is the way this works. In English, we would say a camp is a town of soldiers. And you can see how it really does look almost like a town. And indeed, like many towns were built. Towns in Britain and other places were built on the foundations of old Roman camps, and they really do function almost like towns in a way. So we keep going. Let's say Marcus asks, how long is a pace? Now it says here, passos passus, that's fourth declension. Once again, a masculine. 1 pace equals 5 feet. This is some kind of metrical thing. I'm not sure exactly how this all works here, but 1 pace is 5 feet. So Julius says 1 pace is 5 feet. Therefore, 1,000 paces are 5,000 of feet. That's the way this is done. It says milia, milium. That's the plural of mille, thousands, neuter plural again, plus genitive plural. So if you want to say 5,000 feet, you say 5,000 of feet, literally. Pedum is genitive plural. In the camp, in Aemilius's camp, 6,000 soldiers, again, 6,000 of soldiers live. No women or boys, but as we see here, pueri sometimes has a sense of boys and girls, so therefore it can be translated like children. No women or children live there. If you remember, ilik means there, hik means here, and ilik means there. And four, women and children are not able. They are not able. Militare means to serve as soldiers. Around the camp is a ditch and a long palisade, we're going to call this, or a rampart, a long and high rampart. Marcus then asks, how high is the wall or the rampart of the camp? And again, this looks like plural because it is, but it's translated as a singular, the wall or the rampart of the camp. Julius says nearly, prope means near, but near 10 feet high it is, right? And 2,000 paces long. Again, passuum, genitive plural. So passus, passus, again up here. This is the genitive plural of that word. 2,000 paces long. Just a quick side note I forgot to say. We get the word mile in English from the word 1,000 because 1,000 paces is about 5,000 feet. So that's where we get our English or our American mile, 5,000 feet. Let's see. 4 gates lead through the rampart into the camp. 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. 4 gates, just like we have gates around Rome or a city. We have gates that lead into the walled fortification of the camp. Between the 2 gates is a wide road, right? So between the 2 gates, here's gate 1 and gate 2, there is this long or wide road, right? And that will go for this one too, but not so much working in this direction. But that is the wide road, the via lata, latus, lata, latum, a first or second declension adjective, which describing the gates. No, sorry, describing the via, the road, which divides the camp into 2 parts. This road is 100 feet wide. In war, in bello, or when there is war, cum bellum est, the gates of the camp are closed, clauduntur. When the army of the Germans attacks the camp, defendere is the opposite of oppugnare. We remember pugnare means to fight, but oppugnare means to attack. When the army of the Germans attacks the camp, the Romans defend the camp. Castra, again, is accusative here, neuter, a plural, and accusative. They climb or ascend the rampart, and ac is a new word for and, I think you'll recall. I hope you'll recall. And they throw, here's iacere, and the singular is it, and the plural is iunt. They throw pila, which are the spears, in Germanos, into the Germans, or against the Germans, you could say. Illi autem nec pila in castra iacere possunt. Let's see. Illi, they, however, are not able to throw they meaning the Germans here are not able to throw javelins or spears into the camp because fossa nimis lata, a too wide ditch. Fossa, let me back up for a second here. No, do we see it on the next? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, right here. This is the ditch. The fossa is the ditch that the Romans dig on the outside perimeter of the camp. And this is this vallum here, which is like this sort of like, kind of like an ascent, like a little, like not a wall, but a rampart that is protected by spears. And then, there's an actual wall beyond that, made of sturdier material. Let's see. Okay. They, however, are not able to throw spears into the camp because the ditch, a too wide ditch, and palisade too tall. There is, right? Because there is a ditch that is too wide and a palisade that is too tall. Which, quote here is not because, but which the Romans defend. Because the Romans defend the wall or the rampart with spears and with swords. The enemy are not able to conquer our camp, nostra castra. Expugnare is more like a sense of conquering or defeating. So there's 3 words that are attached to pugnare. Pugnare itself is to fight, oppugnare to attack, and expugnare to sort of defeat or conquer. Let's see, what else? Ecce portae aperiuntur, atque equitatos noster in hostes impetum facit. So this is kind of like a description of like what it would be like in an actual battle here. Behold, the gates are opened, and our cavalry makes an attack. We see impetus, a masculine word once again. Impetum facere in hostem means to attack or to go at the enemy with arms or with weapons. So look, the gates are opened, and our cavalry makes an attack against or into the enemy. Barbari perterriti, the terrified savages, to put it politically incorrectly, the terrified foreigners who are not able to sustain the attack of the cavalry, genitive singular here, equitatus. They throw their weapons to the ground and they flee. That's a new word there, fugere, fugit and fugiunt, into great forests. So that's up to 116 there. Maybe we'll give you one more paragraph here. Milius Romanus, a Roman soldier who sees an armed enemy run up, that's like ad plus curare, does not escape or flee from him, but defends himself with weapons. Roman soldiers are brave or strong. Fortis is a third declension adjective, and it means either strong or brave. A brave soldier, non metuit, does not fear the enemy, but makes an attack into the enemy sine metu. Again, another fourth declension word. Metos metus, masculine, equals timor, which means fear. Sine metu. Sine, if you remember, is ablative preposition, and this is ablative for fourth declension. Aemilius, your uncle, again, this is Julius speaking to one of the kids, is a brave soldier. So that takes us up to line 121, which I hope helps a little bit. I don't want to give the whole thing away, but I know that, there's a lot to do here, so I wanted to give you something. Hope this isn't too massive of a video or too long, but, again, it's well intended. All right, take care. Good luck.